Okay, we're on Ketubot Perek Bet Mishnah Dalet, fourth Mishnah, second chapter, Masechet Ketubot. We learned in our last Mishnah about Eidim, witnesses who testify about their signatures. So we should go back and just very briefly explain that in Judaism, every contract had to be signed. This is a Ketubah. We've seen this Ketubah before. Every contract, any contract, had to be signed by witnesses. That's how you know that it's kasher. Okay? You have a contract. The husband, we fill out, the rabbi fills out the contract. And how is it binding? So the way it's binding is you do what's called a kinyan. You'll see here, it always says in every contract, it says here, v'kaninan. We made a kinyan from Joe Shmo for the kala. He made a kinyan. He took a shmata and he picked it up and he says, yes, I'm the kabel. That's the rabbi always does a kinyan. He says, you accept. And then the witnesses sign, nu'um zeh, nu'um zeh. So if you ever want, now the wife comes along and says, pay me the contract. So we'll say, okay, who are the witnesses? We'll be mekayeh mashtar. We'll say, okay, who are the witnesses? If the witnesses signed, by the way, in Israel, the Chatan himself signs. Interestingly. In America, they don't. But Gamania Chatan Modeh, when he signs. But in America, or whatever, in Chutz La'aretz, traditionally, the Chatan did not sign. So therefore, we have to have Kiyum Hashtar. We have to find out, wait, who are the witnesses? Is this a good signature? Is this a good shtar? So when we bring the contract out, we say, okay, who's going to tell us? So we can corroborate if we have their contract on file, their signatures. Normally, I think the Soferim would sign. Very often nowadays, I see many shtarot. Rabbis would sign. That makes life easy. What happens if it's people you don't know? How do you do it? So if the Beit Din has signature on record, then great. But otherwise, you'd have to bring witnesses to testify who the signatories are. Sometimes you bring the signatories themselves. So the Mishnah says, what if they testify about themselves? Zeh omer, zeh ktav yadi, zeh ktav yado shel chaveri. So I have this contract, and the witness says, witness A says, yeah, that's me, and I recognize that of my friend. So he testified about his own signature and his friends. Oops, I should have done that. Let's go back. Okay? Back to the Mishnah. Okay? V'zeh omer, and the other guy says, zeh ktav yadi, v'zeh ktav yado shel chaveri. Each one testifies, harei elu ne'emanim. There are then, great, no problem. Why? Deha ika trei sa'adei al kol ktav uktav. Because there are two witnesses about each one. Me about me and him about him and me. Great, no problem. But, Zeh omer zeh ktav yadi, v'zeh omer zeh ktav yadi. So what happens if each one says, I don't know the other guy's signature, I don't recognize it, I signed it on my own, I don't really know him. So, A testifies about A, and B testifies about B. Tzrichim l'tzaref imayim acher, tivei Rabbi. Rabbi says, no, that's not enough. You have to have two witnesses for each signature. So you have to have one other witness testify about each signature. V'chachamim omrim, the Chachamim said, no, einam tzrichim l'tzaref imahim acher. No, you don't need another one. Ela ne'eman adam lomar zeh ktav yadi. Each one is reliable to say, this is my signature. So you only need, so therefore, because the argument is, interestingly, the Rebbe says, they're testifying about the signatures. She'al ktav yadam ein mi'idim. Lo al maneh shebeshtar. They're not testifying about the shtar itself, they're testifying about their signatures. You need two witnesses on each signature. But the Chachamim say, no, you don't need another witness. Because they say, listen, A testifies about A, meaning I signed this, meaning whatever's in the contract is correct. And B says I signed this, and whatever's in the contract is correct. And that means you have two witnesses about the contract itself. Really interesting machloket. Halacha, in the end like the Chachamim. We'll stop here, and as we always do, dedicate our legs to memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman.